Alright guys, we're all ready to go. This is the outside of the portal. Not too much here for, you know, any wood structures or whatever. There are some timbers, probably for bracing up the portal entrance. This is a gold, silver, copper, lead, and zinc mine. I can't remember the exact date that this mine was discovered, but I do know that it was worked in the 60s. It's a little bit newer. I'm just going to turn on our lighting here.
That's a little rat hole. It's really too wet.
It's okay. Yeah, you can tell the rats have been bearing little spots. In. Squeeze by Chyanne. There's been a lot of collapse. The back is just very jagged. Kind of unnatural. I haven't seen one really like that before. Okay, so just be careful here, Chyanne. Walk me around that. Yeah, a lot of falling down debris here. Ooh, that's definitely deep. But we're not far from the truck, so I'm not too worried. There's some bracing and some of the supports that have failed. The rock has fallen away from it. That's probably what I'm standing on. So we'll stick kind of to the edge. See all the water line. I thought that was the tracks, but it's definitely not. You can see some of the ties underneath, but maybe that's just to hold the piping down, because this is pretty wide. I would say about 8 feet wide, give or take. Some fuzzies growing. A little bit of calcite above us here. Luckily the water is only about a foot deep. We're coming into a pretty big collapse up here. So hopefully we can get around it or up and over it. Ooh, that's a deep spot. Because if not, this could be really short, sweetie. Yeah, I think it might be collapsed. That would suck. This will be one for the... Oh, this can't be it. No way. You might be able to go up and over. guys. Let me just adjust my light there. It's it. It's completely collapsed. And there's a little mouse. Hey, fella. Yeah, it's too bad. It goes up. So that's it. Mine rat has the babies.
She's coming down.
Making sure they're all there yet. It's all of her babies that she's dragging. Well, we've walked now to the other side of the lake. They've done a lot of trenching in this area and diamond drilling, and we have seen signs of that. According to the maps, that was the only adit on site. So we're not so sure what we're going to do now. There's this other area that we tried to get to about a month ago too, but again hit snow. It's up pretty high in the mountains, and supposedly there's an incline, I believe. So that might be our next step on what we're going to do, because again we do have quite a bit of time left, as long as we're home just in time for the hockey game. That's kind of what we're going off of. But beautiful little spot, very quiet. There's a loon, and then we're just parked right over there. So definitely a location we'll come back and do some camping, I think, because it seems like it's probably a pretty quiet area. So we're definitely not going to give the name to this mine just because of that reason. So yeah, we'll head back to the truck, and I think we're just going to make up some lunch and then get back on the road. So we're back outside of the portal entrance here, and this is most likely the waste rock pile. Just want to show you guys some of the rock they're working out. Some quartz. Hopefully you can see that. It's kind of bright. Not much for copper. Any azurite that I'm seeing. It's kind of a different rock, more of a green. Here's another one. Lots of it here. All right, so just to kind of orientate you guys, there's our truck. The lake's to my right, and the adit was just about 100 feet past the truck. And over here, Cheyenne found all their core samples. Tin can, but again, oh, that's an older, just because of the top. But this is their samples. Hope you guys can see that. Big core samples here. A decent amount of sampling too, but they did say that that's what they did, was mostly trenching and drilling. So here's a piece of a sample that hit some quartz. Turn this on. So guys, we're about 45 minutes south from where we were exploring that mine. We've been hiking and driving all these back roads, and we basically were giving up and heading back. And oh geez, we saw this road, so we thought we would just take a walk up it, and sure enough, we found this massive ore bin, and connected to the incline shaft. Super slippery. I'm just wearing my running shoes. So I'm heading back down to the truck to get our gear. It is pretty steep, so I might have to use just a rope to help us get down there. And again, I'm not so sure the condition of it and how far we're gonna get down in, but the ore bin is still intact, and it's pretty impressive just itself. All right, guys, sorry for a little bit of huffing and puffing. I'm just excited, and I wanted to start filming. Oh, so this is the big ore bin, and this is the incline shaft. As you can see there, it is open, at least to that part. And there's some of the old rail, and they would winch out the buckets, go up in between those slides there, and then dump. And as you can see, it's shaped as a funnel, and the material would come. And I'm guessing they would just have carts under here, or maybe they would, oh, maybe not. No, it's solid. So that's just where they would store it. I got a little bit of a workbench here, completely covered, which is really neat. And this is probably all their waste rock that I'm walking on. So cool, so cool. Again, we'll put up the information in the video just when this mine was in operation, because this wasn't really the plan today. Because the other one went in over 1,000 feet, we thought we'd be able to explore it, have enough content for a video. Oh, there's the ore chute. Okay. So yeah, they would somehow, like, maybe... Okay, this looks like the original, part of the original road here. So probably trucks would back up, they would dump the material. And yeah, it kind of looks like maybe that's where the gates would slide in and out. And then maybe the top one there, kind of looks like that's how they could control maybe how much material. Because that one you could slide a gate right down. That one, it's got another 2x4, or what was a 2x4, as a stopper. But this is probably 30 feet high. Again, this is another metal, I don't want to call it a slide, but that's what it looks like. If you guys can see that, that's all tin. So maybe that was once upon a time down here, and it helped guide the material in. It is massive. Hopefully Cheyenne didn't fall down the hole. I'm assuming she's gone that way.
All right, so I'm just past the ore bin. Here are their core samples. I'm just looking for another adit because there's supposed to be a couple more in this area. There's a nice rock face right up there. Did climb up some of it. I'll probably scurry along it after I meet up with Adam again. Trail possibly keeps going this way, but there is another level, so before I go any further on this one, I think I'm just gonna head back and check that lower level. So I was mentioning before in my last video, before I got cut off, that this location was discovered in 1927 by, I think his name was Todd Lucky. He built the ore bin and the shaft, and then unfortunately he was murdered shortly after. And then since then there have been dozens of mining companies that have come and worked the property. So it's got a lengthy history. Lots of trenching. We'll show some videos after of that. For the most part, after this incline shaft and the other adits were dug, they for the most part just did trenching. So we'll meet up with Adam here again, and I'll probably head down this lower level down there, and then Adam might check out the incline shaft. There he is.
Beautiful views. I don't know if you guys can see. We're fairly high up, probably about 5 kilometers or more up the mountain. Beautiful. So excited that we found this because again, it just makes up for all the times that you don't get anywhere. But I ran down, grabbed all of our gear. I'm just gonna wait for Chyanne, and I'm gonna get the rope all set up, and we'll go explore this incline. So we'll see you guys in a second.
So after they pulled out the last bit of material that they planned on, they actually left it in the ore bin here, and it apparently was holding about 2 tons of high-grade ore. So I'm guessing all this stuff here is good material, could be processed. Which isn't very good. Looks like it has a solid base though. It's just that loose.
It probably collapsed. All this material is probably slept over into it, unfortunately. Yeah, which isn't too deep. Yeah, it's okay. It's all good. I can see, yeah, it is unfortunately plugged. Good material. Yeah. Let me just pull up my other light. So give you guys a good shot of it here. You guys can see that's completely collapsed. The back is all reinforced with timbers, just muck, and unfortunately it probably wouldn't be too difficult to move, but like some of the rocks are squeezed down there, but just it's definitely not worth it. You can see a little bit of a hole to the left. No crawling through by any means, but still pretty incredible that we found it. This is some of the ore they're pulling out. There's some nice stuff up top. Hope you guys can see that. Very mineralized. A lot of iron staining. This is looking back up. There's Chyanne. Pretty incredible, that's for sure. You can see the vein right here. That's what they were following. They probably saw it on the surface, and down they went. So it's definitely pretty cool. Would have been really neat to get into it, but just still great that we found it. So I'm gonna climb back up, guys, and we'll take another little walk around. As you guys can see here, as Chyanne was saying, they did a lot of trenching here, and this is definitely an unnatural section, almost like a humongous ditch, all right down here. And there's lots of them right here. And again, this one probably goes down a couple feet. You can see the edging there. And that's mostly what this area has, they've been doing, is like we said in the other area, drilling and trenching.
You never know. And there's a geocache. So take a look. A glove. Everybody needs a glove.
Especially for mine exploring.
Wedding band.
Now that, kids, is called a VHS.
Yeah.
Some material.
Some earplugs.
That's the booklet to sign.
Oh, that's a good.
And yeah, 2020. That's not too long ago.
Bruce and Chris and Heather, Chilliwack, BC. No GPS had to shit. Is that what that says?
Yeah. The things
Bradley,
you find
Dylan,
when you gotta have a poop.
Jaden, James D, Great Place. May 11th, 2013, 6:25. Family of 4 hiking something, chewed the lid off. spilled the contents everywhere. We found and tidied it up best we could.
That's nice.
Carl McDonald, Mariska Winning, and M.W. Newell, Darren Christensen.
So 2011 was the oldest, I think.
I didn't flip right to the back. 2004.
Okay.
Original contents: a watch, pen light, loon, screwdriver set, a palm fossil, wedding band video, sport pin, small glass Snoopy tea bug, I don't know what that is, placed by Vivita.
May 20, or in 2004, May 17th. Well,
All
we're
right.
going to sign our names, and then we're going to put, one of our Adventures R Us stickers.
Adam and Chyanne Adventures R Us.
May 12.
May 2023.
So yeah,
That was fun.
that was fun. That was neat. A good geocaching friend will come visit you in the hospital, but a true geocaching friend will be in the bed next to you saying, wow, that was a fun catch. All right, guys.
We're out of here. We have a hockey game to watch.
Yeah, that's right.
Priorities.
And the Toronto Maple Leafs are
Game
in Game 5. Until next time, guys, take care. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.